What's up, guys? Mickle here. And the other day I was on the Good Morning Crypto show and I got a question that I believe needs to be talked about more on this channel. It's something that I think a lot of people in the XRP community don't specifically address enough, and that is exit strategies. Guys, I believe what I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be an exit strategy that is completely unconventional in the cryptocurrency industry, completely unconventional in the XRP community, and that's why I want to bring it up. It's not to say it needs to be all or nothing. It's not to say you have to do this or something else. But in this video, I hope to bring you a different type of exit strategy because maybe it completely changes your mind on how you navigate this market going forward. Guys, like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange uphold down in the description of this video. Also, guys, thank you so much to everyone who likes the videos and to subscribe to the channel. These two things really do help me out so much. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Because like I said, I was on the Good Morning Crypto show the other day, and one of the questions I got asked was, are you holding your XRP for the rest of your life? In 5 to 10 years from now, are you still going to be holding XRP? And I kind of just sat there and thought about it and said, of course I'm going to be holding my XRP, then why wouldn't I be? And then I realized that one of the things that people are constantly saying in the XRP community is I'm selling out of 50% of my XRP at this price target and 10% of my XRP at this price target and then the rest at this price target. And while I think that's a really interesting discussion on people picking prices they're going to liquidate, I think it kind of misses what I believe is the bigger picture here. And that's that the wealthiest people on earth don't just straight up liquidate their assets, right? They don't just sell everything and say, oh, you know what? I'm done with this asset. It's time to move on to the next thing. Because it begs so many questions, right? What do you do with the money after you sell it? So say you rake in $3 million after you cash out of your XRP. Then you have $3 million sitting there in cash. What do you do with that cash? That cash is constantly being devalued. We see money printing every single year and inflation essentially bringing the value of your cash down. So the second you sell your XRP and turn it into cash, you are essentially getting a negative return on that asset. And I constantly ask people the question, if you're not moving your money out of XRP into something else, then what's your plan? If your plan is to buy real estate, right? Maybe that's a great idea. Maybe switch over some of your XRP to real estate and boom. But what if you're in a position where you bought real estate and you still have a whole bunch of cash sitting there on the sideline? The plan simply cannot be just to sit there in cash. Everyone brings out these exit plans where it's okay, I sell this much XRP and then boom, I have the profit. Well, that's great, but what's next? I don't see enough people focusing on what's next, right? How do they take that next step to preserve their wealth? Guys, there's a lot of people who win the lottery and get rich, and there's a lot of people who see that money disappear. And I hate to break it to you, but it's not necessarily every single person just wasting the money in a year. Yes, a lot of people do crazy stuff like that, but a lot of people try to be responsible with it, and it still disappears. So why is that the case? Well, first of all, as soon as you sell your assets, you're taking a massive capital gains tax where you're likely losing a large portion of those assets. And if you had those assets for less than a year, well, the problem's even worse because then you're paying income taxes, which gets even more ugly. So the wealthiest people on earth, right? The first question they ask themselves is, how do I produce income without paying those taxes? And I know if you have not kind of dealt with the US tax code before, what I'm saying right now sounds like, oh, he's trying to dodge taxes. No, not at all. There's a reason why Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk cannot pay taxes every single year, and they don't have the IRS knocking on their doors, right? There are very legal and sophisticated ways to manage this, and it's not as hard as many of you probably think, as long as you know the tax code. The next thing is right, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they still have all their Tesla stock and Amazon stock. Why do they still have that stock? Because they understand that they can create income based off those stocks without actually liquidating them. They understand that if they liquidate them, they create the tax consequence, and then they no longer have their asset. So if Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, right, they sold all their Tesla or Amazon stock at $10, they would have had a big payday. They would have had $2 to $3 million. But now they both have billions. Why? Because they remained invested in the asset. They understood that these technologies were going to be the long game. It was going to take 30 to 40 to 50 years to see these things mature. And if they sold out after 5 to 10 years, yeah, they would have some short-term liquidity, but they would lose the asset. They would lose the thing that was giving them the capital appreciation. Now, It's so important that we factor these things in, because despite the fact that this is what the richest people on earth do and this is how they manage their wealth, a lot of people in the XRP community just seem to take a different approach. They seem to think, okay, well, I'll do the opposite of what the rich people do. I'll sell out of all my assets and I'll have all cash. And you know what? I think a lot of people are going to be very happy when they get that cash in the short term. But I think as they see what some of the more sophisticated people are doing in the XRP community in holding on to their assets and using those to generate income, they're going to be in a position where they say, okay, well, now I have to buy back my XRP because I want to be leveraging the asset. It's appreciated 300% since I sold out. So now I'm just losing the value. And like I said earlier, that doesn't mean you have to do this with all of it. If you sell 10%, buy some real estate, use 10% to pay off debt, that's a great use of the capital. But if your strategy for the capital is for it to just sit in a bank account and get devalued over time, well, that's a big issue. And it begs the question, was it really the smart move to be cashing out of all that XRP and paying half your gains to the government? I would argue probably not. Now, the next thing we have to talk about, right, is, well, how do you generate yield on it? Well, guys, one of the exciting things is there's a lot of new things coming to the XRP ledger right now that actually allow you to generate yield on your XRP natively. There's going to be a borrowing and lending feature built directly into the network, which means you could essentially lend your XRP to create a yield on that XRP where you never have to sell it. Imagine this. Imagine if you were able to lend, say, $100,000 to $1 million in XRP, and that loan actually generated you a livable income. Say it was generating you $10,000 a month. Well, you just got income from your XRP without actually having to sell a single XRP. That XRP is still yours. You're just loaning it out. And if you're able to structure the loans in a smart way where you're not really taking risk because you're lending to qualified institutions or people who have a reputation and can pay you back, then you're likely going to be sitting in a position where you are using your XRP to generate the income you need and still retaining ownership of the asset. So if it continues to go up, well, you just get more and more income without selling that XRP. Guys, there is a whole bunch of strategies just like that we're going to be looking to implement and be able to help people with in the XRP community. Now, I don't think these things are going to be simple, but that's why we are looking to put together a group of professionals to actually make it so, hey, you can just sit back and relax, right? You talk to us, we handle all that complex stuff, and therefore all you need to do is hold on to the XRP, put it in qualified custody with insurance, and then all the hard part, that gets handled by us. Now, part of this is actually building the network of reputable people who can help, right? The CPAs that structure it so you don't have to pay income on it. The CPAs who put the tax structures in place to make sure that all of this is happening in the lowest tax structure possible. And all these things we're looking to assemble over at Digital Wealth Partners. Guys, this is not going to be a product for everyone, right? As much as I would like it to be, the people who end up at the end of whatever we get to with $5 to $10 to $100,000, right? This might not be the product for them. But for the people, the ultra high net worth people, the people who walk out of this with tens to hundreds of millions of dollars when XRP does whatever we think it can do, those are going to be the people that I believe really need to ask themselves if one mass liquidation is really the smart strategy. This is not what the wealthiest people on earth are doing, and I don't think it's what new wealthy people should be doing either. I think there are some very important structures in place that people need to be thinking about, especially if they think they can get to these top tier wealth categories. And I want to give you just another quick example of something that I believe is critical to be understanding that no one talks about, and that is holding assets in your personal name. Guys, if you are in a position where you believe if XRP 10 to 100x's, you are going to have more than $5 million, you need to be asking the question, should you be holding those assets in your name? Say someone comes to your house, trips, say your son has a friend over, he breaks his leg, suddenly something bad happens, who knows, and then an attorney's trying to go after your assets. Well, if they find out you have $5 to $10 million in your personal name, that's going to be a massive issue, right? That's why the highest net worth people in the world don't hold their assets in their personal name. And I know a lot of this probably sounds like a foreign concept, and you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, I haven't done any of this. Guys, we understand that. We understand there has been a severe lack of education in the XRP community when it comes to how the when it comes to how the ultra high net worth people manage their money. It simply has been a foreign concept. And the reason for that is I think a lot of us understand in the future we're going to have substantial amounts of income, but right now, right, we're not necessarily at that place. What this video is really meant to do is get you thinking about some of these things, get you thinking about whether or not the strategies being put out there by a lot of people in the XRP community in terms of just liquidating everything and selling everything and being like, I'm done, whether or not that's really the appropriate strategy to take. For some people, maybe it is, but I have a feeling for a lot of people, right, there are better ways to manage their money. There are better ways to make your assets go longer. There are better ways to implement what the smartest people on earth are doing into your own situation. Guys, if you are sitting here watching this video and thinking, wait, I'm not properly prepared for if something like that happens, wait, my strategy was just to sell it all, I don't know what I do next, or I just want to sit down with a professional to handle a lot of this for me, that is what we're looking to bring to Digital Wealth Partners. We are looking to bring you institutional grade TradFi products to the cryptocurrency sector. And I tell this to people all the time, guys, what we're looking to do is save you so much money on taxes, save you so much money over the long term with using your digital assets rather than just liquidating them, that all the management fees, all the qualified custody, all the insurance on your accounts, all these premium features, right, will essentially be paid for themselves through the savings you're going to get through not just liquidating and paying the capital gains taxes. So guys, I just want to throw that out there. I hope this idea at least sparks some interest on that front. If you have any questions, right, go to Digital Wealth Partners, check out what we're doing there. I think it's going to be really interesting. For now, Mickle out.